Good evening, Year 11. This is your night before news for your further maths exam tomorrow. Tomorrow you're just sitting your only paper for this mock session for further maths. There will be 2 for the real thing and in your second mock period. But just to cover the content that we have covered so far, 1 paper is sufficient, and that will be a non-calculator paper. I guess the most important thing and what you're interested in the most is what's going to be in the exam. So as this is your additional qualification, we have tried to keep the topics in the paper focused only on stuff that has been covered. So in terms of your further maths only content, so far we have done factor theorem, division of polynomials, binomial expansion and quadratic modelling. So those were those quadratic equations in context where you're actually just applying your GCSE higher maths knowledge to questions in context and scenarios, so about projectiles and the trajectory of those projectiles, forming that parabola and then interpreting that to find maybe the maximum height by finding the turning point by completing the square, or when the ball hits the ground, so that might be solving the equation by factorising to find those roots. So just using your GCSE maths but in a question surrounded in a bit of more context. The paper will also contain just some GCSE maths content because there is quite a bit of crossover between the 2 qualifications, your GCSE maths and the sort of level 2 extended maths qualification that you're doing. So you'll expect that to be a lot of the higher level algebra skills mainly, along with some sort of geometry, ratio, etc. So particularly thinking about non-calculator questions, you've got index rules, so simplifying or evaluating with indices, could be negative indices, could be fractional indices, all sorts, anything to do with indices. Surds, you know by now, that's a very common non-calculator higher topic. So being able to manipulate surds, simplify them, rationalise surds, that's going to be really important. Functions, I mean, although we've not actually covered the whole topic of functions, when we were doing factor theorem, we did actually look at function notation, so that was possibly useful. Equations of straight lines, or anything really coordinate geometry related, so gradient between 2 points, distance between 2 points, anything to do with equations of straight lines, and even possibly maybe like circles or quadratics, cubics, reciprocal functions, etc. Factorising and expanding, although obviously we have binomial expansion and your like factor theorem and division of polynomials for the further math side. You've also got a lot of factorising and expanding algebraic knowledge just from GCSE maths. So in and out of single brackets, you know, factorising just a quadratic, expanding a quadratic, difference between 2 squares. So making sure that we're still thinking along those lines. And as mentioned just now, equations of circles, so maybe being able to plot a circle, find the equation of a circle, and additionally simultaneous equations. So you have in maths this year done non-linear simultaneous equations, so this could be points of intersection between a circle and a straight line, or between a quadratic curve and a straight line, but being able to solve those algebraically by substitution. There may well be a couple of other topics thrown in there from your GCSE maths, this is just sort of a best guess scenario, but additionally anything is likely to have come up. So what should you do this evening? Well, I think the biggest thing you want to do is go onto Arbor, because all of your lessons for further maths have been uploaded each time onto Arbor. So you can go back, you can look through the slides, the exam questions that come with each lesson are available on there as well, along with links to solutions, or the solutions will be in the slides for the lesson. So go back and look through all of those. You can also go on to Sparks Maths. So if you go to the independent learning part of Sparks Maths and then just check that your curriculum is set to AQA Level 2 Further Maths, you can then just search for a topic in the box. Now, although the AQA curriculum is not the curriculum that we are studying, the topics that we have studied so far do appear on the AQA Level 2 Further Maths curriculum. So if it's on Sparks on there, it's going to be the same thing. You also can look up any of your higher level maths stuff like your surds, maybe algebraic fractions, indices, because again you know that any of that stuff is likely to come up. Corbett Maths is another great website to get some more banks of questions that are purely sort of topic focused. So if you just Google Corbett Maths, and then at the toolbar at the top where it says more, if you click on that and then select further maths, you get basically just like a menu of all the different topics, and you can find the ones that you're after, click on the practice questions, click on the answers to check how you've done, and there's also a little video explanation if you wanted a bit of extra support. That's everything from this video, so good luck with all of your revision tonight, and good luck with the exam tomorrow, and I'll see you in the morning.